And ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring you this player right here from Quantic Gaming, having smashed his way through both Koreans, now must unfortunately face Zombie Tails, who has risen from the grave in order to battle him in a fight for the ages. He is from Quantic. He is playing Protoss in the red trunks up to the northeast of this particular map. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sase versus his opponent, having eliminated his Korean brother from this particular tournament and smashed his way through the lower bracket, looking for revenge on the man that put him down to the lower bracket in the first place and insulted his honor in that respect. Yes, indeed, folks, it's Complexity MVP Tails.
Neither of these guys actually achieving that much within StarCraft 2. Sase has won online tournaments, the Road to Korea, which actually got him in Korea in the first place.
Yep.
Grubby StarCraft Series #1 as well. And then he's come second place a lot. The Gathering, the CPL Invitational in China as well. And he's also, the thing is that Sase surprisingly has failed in Code A 3 times in a row.
Yep.
And I think the next one, he will be able to get in there. He is more than capable of being within Code A. He has faced up against Zergs a lot, which he wasn't and isn't that comfortable about. And especially being into the loser bracket because of losing versus Stefano as well. On the other hand, Tails, just a Code B player now, did try Code A one time but got knocked down immediately.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that these players coming from Korea, they're very, very good, but they're not able to qualify into GSL, so they're often used in, say, GSTL as snipers with particular builds and trained in a specific style. Tails doesn't seem to have a huge number of weaknesses, honestly, and was able to eliminate Ryung with relative ease, making a Slayers player look a little bit foolish, which is very rare.
And so far we've seen not that much Chrono Boost use at all from Tails. He's only used one so far, and if you can see, he's got 75 energy saved up, and Sase also sees that. So we are going to see a lot of Chrono Boost going into the Cybercore very, very shortly here. Could be indicative of that 4-gate. And meanwhile, in Sase's base, he has used 2 so far. Actually make that 3 so far. So he's actually using a relative lot. And there is the Chrono Boost into that Cybercore straight away. And how are we going to see Tails unravel this game?
Well, honestly, I would expect a nice aggressive play right here. I don't, why else would you be saving so much Chrono Boost in order to let the Cybernex core down? I would be very surprised not to see at least 3 gates, most likely 4-gate pressure there. And with 4-gate, it's very much a case of you've got to do a lot of damage. You can win with it, and if it sort of peters out, it does put you behind, because often you do cut probes. Yep. If you're going to be very extreme with it, you cut it at 20, sometimes at 22, or maybe even 24, depending on the variation you want to use.
And Sase is actually going for this double gateway. Doesn't want to lose the 4-gate, so he actually is going to Chrono Boost out Stalkers as well to actually prevent this from happening. Is bringing these out to actually prevent the Stalker, Zealot, and Pro from doing anything. And look at this, there goes the second gateway, but there's the third pylon and the gas bin thrown down for Tails. A bit of a fake out here.
Oh, yes.
And Sase gets all the information he needs, and he knows exactly what is going on. So a bit of a fake 4-gate initially, and these units are not going to do so well. There is a second Stalker here. Sase has got the lead in terms of units. He should be able to capitalize on this. Zealot should be able to go down with relatively ease here.
Relative ease, absolutely. He should be able to crash down on it, hopefully. But he's having a good jog. The Stalker does outrun that, though. There's no way that it can get away. He would have to let that happen, which he's not going to do. And this is really interesting from Tails. He's gone double gas, and he's put down the Twilight Council. In fact, they've both put down Twilight Council.
So it looks like both these players are going to rush up to Blink as fast as possible. And that's going to be an epic battle.
Oh, yes.
Blink battles between these two players. Tails already an amazing player, and Sase has one of the best controls we've ever seen within StarCraft 2 as well. So this is going to be awesome. And there is the robotics facility going down as well for Sase, being pretty safe overall. Is going to get the Observer out, make sure that he is safe against any DTs. He's also going to be okay against Stargate play. Robotics facility and Blink is like the safest generic build you can have in PvP, and also that third gateway going down as well.
Yeah, it's also taking map control for the time being. Nothing will be able to get out of there. No proxy pylons being placed, but that doesn't matter because that's not what Tails is looking to do at the moment. He needs to get out there with the Stalker, which he'll be able to easily do, and then he can counter-attack since he does have a superior number there, and force Sase to leave that natural expansion there. He really would prefer it's not there. Sase's been able to place an aggressive pylon. Tails is going to have to deal with that as quickly as he can. That's the last thing that he wants lying around there.
Well, the thing is, Tails' Blink is actually faster by about 20 seconds here. So Sase has to be incredibly careful here, because not only is Blink faster, he has more units here as well.
Yeah, he does. It's what kind of confuses me about Sase just hanging around. He's just thrown away a lot of units there and placed a pylon which will be killed before it's able to do anything. And that puts Tails ahead as far as I'm concerned.
Indeed, and Tails has a couple of options now. He can either go out, and I think that's what he's planning on doing now. He's got a probe coming as well. He's going to be building an aggressive pylon, which is not going to be scouted here. Oh, actually, the Stalker is going to see it, and he's going to get the probe, but the pylon has been placed down, but is going to be shut down, unfortunately. Yep. So there's not going to be an aggressive pylon here for this Blink, but Blink is about to finish, and it is not ready for Sase.
And that could be a real problem. Blink Stalker versus non-Blink Stalker is a foregone conclusion. A big aggressive Blink, and Sase's seen it, and he knows he does not want to engage. He's outnumbered, he's outgunned, he's out-upgraded, and if he goes in now, and there we go, his Blink finishes, an aggressive pounce right there, and Tails, of course, not expecting that, but is able to get out of there now, and once again, these guys are fairly equal, but Sase does have a slight economic advantage because he's got 28 probes now, and there's another aggressive Blink coming in from Tails, eliminates a probe, and the Stalker count right now is 6 for Sase and 8 for Tails. Make that another one coming down. Tails getting really aggressive right now. It's going to have to be a battle of micromanagement between these two. Tails decides he doesn't want to fight on home ground. Why would he? He's going to wait for reinforcements to come in from this pylon.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Observer's going to show everything, and that's an advantage you get with Gon Robotics facilities. You know not to blink into a bad area, or you know when to go in to a good area here. But the thing is, Sase's got an overall better position on the higher ground. It's going to be really difficult for Tails to get in here unless he just goes for superior numbers, and he's going to get a decent position here. Look at that micro, hardly losing apart from one there, never mind, and crap.
Well, never mind. It does happen. You can't keep them alive indefinitely. It doesn't matter how good your micro is, especially when you're going against a player of Sase's level. And there we go. Another one eliminated for good focus fire coming in, but blinking back 2 and 1 and 2 at a time. Blinking back 1 is very, very easy. Blinking back 2 in a precision motion, very, very difficult. And Sase crushes the attack. GG!
I love the addition of the Zealot in there, which is something that Tails didn't do. So basically what the Zealot goes...